Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Not gonna lie, I kind of love the attention.
Everyone loves to read about your
What's up, too chewy?
My mom warned me about friends like
A bit
you.
overwhelming.
Hey, I'm here for the ride. Yo, what's good, people? What's good? We're back in the booth. More fire with my boy.
How you feeling? How's your week been?
Hey, man, my week's been great. I didn't end up going to the White Fox party, though, so I'm a little bit devo.
Yeah, don't be too devo, because I went to the White Fox events. Got super drunk. It's my first time drinking in months.
Oh, my God, man.
And yeah, landed me in the doghouse for a while.
Oh,
so
boy,
hope
my
it was
poor
off
boy.
me.
I really want to hear more about this story. I think that everyone actually wants to hear a bit more about this. But yo, listen, before we actually get into this one, man, we are recording on Gadigal land, and listen, man, let's get right into it.
Let's get on in.
Yo, listen, man, another episode, okay?
Another episode, another guest.
Another guest. Would you like to introduce, since you are familiar with this bit?
On today's episode, we have Janelle.
Hey guys!
From the season of MAFS.
Can I just say, this room looks really familiar. I feel like I've seen it through a FaceTime before.
Oh, yes.
Well.
We need to talk about that.
Well, given you've already opened the conversation. No. Look, we've got a lot to actually talk about, man, including our face-out call. But to start off with, man, listen, this show's called Back to Reality, man, and we love to talk about, people that come off, reality TV and, come back to the real world. You know what I'm saying? And how's life been with you, being back to reality?
Oh my God, Back to Reality is weird. It's weird, especially because I moved from Perth to Sydney. So, I just feel like I'm in a whole different world.
Perth gal.
Yeah, Perth gal. Everyone's really chill in Perth, and I feel like everyone in Sydney walks at 2 times speed.
Damn.
Yeah. So when did you move from Perth to Sydney?
I moved about 2 months ago, and it's been awesome, honestly. People here are really lovely. It's just a huge culture shock.
That's very interesting that you say that people are really lovely. I feel like for me, when I started to come to Sydney a lot, especially after the show, I can... even right now, I still feel like everyone in Sydney is always in a rush. You know what I'm saying? Even to have a conversation at a coffee shop, I try to get a coffee and say, hey, how's your day going? It's all a transaction. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's where the city don't sleep, really.
It's like everyone in Sydney is here to hustle. And because I'm so used to being chill, take each day as it comes, it's a very new world for me.
That's very true.
It's exciting.
Absolutely.
I get to meet people like you guys.
Were you getting noticed heaps in Perth when the show was airing?
Oh, I think I get noticed more here, actually. In Perth, I was recognised for TikTok. And then when I came here, it was recognised for MAFS.
Yeah, for those who don't know, you're quite big on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say big.
Yeah, don't be modest.
I have an amazing following, yes.
How'd you get that following?
Oh, honestly, I've always done makeup stuff on TikTok and Instagram. And then I broke up with my ex and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this shit for me. So I busted out all these videos centered around Squid Game and they literally exploded. I gained 300,000 followers in a weekend.
No way.
On that note, I remember going on Reddit and someone was like, Janelle's followers are fake. She gained 300,000 followers in one weekend. And I was like,
yeah, man, these motherfucking haters, man.
haters. And I'm like, no, I grew this. But yeah, I blew up from just transforming myself into an old man.
So you got to thank your ex. Thank your ex for your followers.
I think so. It was the revenge content.
It's like another version of what you call it, fucking revenge porn. Or something. It's another revenge content on TikTok. I'm telling you. So this probably would have contributed into people from The Bachelorette or The Bachelor that reached out to you.
Yeah. So
which one was it? Was it
so Bachelor reached out to me first. It was the one that actually got aired around a similar time. Oh. Yeah. So I didn't know it was 3 bachelors. I just thought it was going to be one, and I went through the entire process, met all the producers, and I thought about it, and I was like, oh. I probably will be there for 6 weeks, go on one date with the guy and get stuck in a room with what I've heard aren't the best living conditions. Ooh, that's a bit trendy.
Well.
And I was like, no, I think I would rather not.
Damn. Okay, because I'm thinking as soon as you said that, broke up with your ex, and then I was like, oh, so that probably makes sense. The producers would have just gone, hey, she's, eligible.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very public breakup. I had to announce it really because I was doing social media beforehand.
100%.
So it was wild.
So you had the option of going on MAFS or The Bachelor.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes. Well, it was a bit intense though because The Bachelor filmed earlier than MAFS. So I had to say yes or no to The Bachelor and put all my eggs into one basket for
Yeah.
MAFS if I wanted to go on a reality show.
Without you even knowing.
Yeah,
if
without
you're-
even knowing.
yeah.
And at the time, I just thought, I don't think I'm going to find love on The Bachelor. I don't think I'm going to get any life experience if I'm just waiting in a room all day. I was like, if I'm going to go on a reality show, I want to have fun. I want to go through the full experience, and MAFS was that for
Do
me.
you think the Bachelor guys were hot?
They were not my type. So let's just say I was very
Were they,
glad
were they
I
better
didn't.
than Adam?
Yeah, definitely.
We was all waiting to hear that one. but like you said that you find in hopes of finding love. Like you're actually looking to find love now. You know what I'm saying?
I was definitely one of the selling points for me.
Wow.
But I'm such a huge fan of MAFS. Like, I know that the success rate's not that high, but I definitely was hopeful. Like, on the wedding day, me and my parents, we cried together. We were like, I never showed it though, but like, I don't know about you, Elle, but you don't know what to expect, but you do hope that you end up being like the next Martha and Michael, or the next Cam and Jules.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's the
My uncle
ideal
and auntie right there.
situation. Yeah.
Nah, like the Bachelorette, maybe. Like you got a little bit of choice there.
If you were approached for Bachelorette, would you do it?
I don't know. I'm a bit scarred from reality TV.
Damn, girl.
I'm a bit scarred. I also, just like Jessie, get the ick very quickly. And I just don't know how I would handle like being around someone where I was like, ugh, nah.
Wait, just like who?
Jessie?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
we're going to talk about Jesse now.
Yeah, you've been including them a lot in this conversation. Can we just jump onto that?
So let's go back a little bit, right?
All right, go on.
Jesse came to Sydney. Jesse used to live in Perth.
Yes.
Came to Sydney and he stayed with you.
Just for one night.
Just for one night, was
Just for
it?
one night. No.
And you two shared a bed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, look, I didn't have a bed at the time. I was sleeping on my couch. But me and Jessie are really good friends. Al, obviously, you know more. But, we didn't, like, nothing happened. He just needed a place to stay for a night, and I was like, let's catch up.
Just
stay
catch
with
up.
me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you said that apparently you know something. What did you say before? She said something before, but like you know about it. What do you know, Al?
Wait, what did you tell me something?
Al, you're half asleep, mate. Do you remember the Yahoo thing?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. So there was a moment. Oh my God, why do I always get so awkward when I talk about this?
You can do it.
I can do it. All right.
Go, Janelle.
There was a moment before I left for Sydney that me and Jessie were hanging out heaps. It was kind of like the peak of when the cheating scandal came out, potentially trauma bond, but we grew very, very close and we did share one peck.
Oh,
okay.
Like a goodbye peck.
Any tongue, like...
No.
Yeah.
It was just one innocent...
That is not a kiss. What is that?
It's a lizard.
Can you take me a kiss?
Girl, absolutely. Let's go right now. No, but like, Ruda. Okay, so this is the vibe that we got. Like, as soon as like we called you on FaceTime, it was like we told you just and he's shirtless. I was like, oh, what's up, boy? Okay, all right, we'll see you trying to get the ring out on the FaceTime. Next minute, you come up, and I'm like, hey, do we interrupt something, or is there something happening here? And then there was a laptop, and like, so, the scene was like very interesting.
I can imagine how we would look to you completely. Can I please paint this from my point of view?
Yeah, let's go.
So I think I had just finished doing my makeup. I can't remember what I was doing. I was going to go pick up a package or something. Package.
Yeah.
Oh, pick up Jesse, yeah.
Yeah, man. Jesse's the postman. Delivers the package.
And he goes, oh, someone's trying to FaceTime me. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm sitting there doing my makeup. And he's like, oh, it's Ali. And I'm like, oh, Ali, sweet. And so he answers the phone. And then I hear Ali's voice. And I'm like, I'm going to go say hi as well. And I go there. And then Ali pans the phone to you guys. And immediately I was like,
Oh, shit.
fuck. I was like,
And it's too late to run out of the camera.
It was, and it's both your faces were like,
We're like, because we knew at that moment.
And we had all these cameras on it too. Zoomed in on the phone.
Great.
Literally, like in Janelle's age, she's like, at this moment, that's when I knew I fucked up.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely. No, but like you did say you are looking for love, and I guess Jesse's open as well, apparently, as he says to us. Like, wouldn't you give that a try?
I mean, there was a period where we both definitely liked each other for a bit. I remember I was drunk one night and I was like, yo, I kind of have a low-key crush on you, eh?
Hey! Show your shot.
Yeah, but he's been pretty vocal that I'm his type as well. So it wasn't like weird territory. Oh my
Why
God,
didn't
this
they
is so
match
weird.
Why didn't they match you two up if you guys said
I
that's
reckon
your
if they
types?
matched us up, we would have had a pretty good chance.
What did you say your type was? Going on to MAFS.
To be honest, my type wasn't Jesse and it wasn't Adam either. My type was, the only vain quality was that they had to be tall. I want to have athletic babies.
You want to test your baby? Goddamn, baby, you shit.
But the main one was intelligence. Like, just someone who could think critically, really.
Wow.
Emotionally intelligent, someone who had a good relationship with their family, someone who played a sport was preferred because I play a lot of sports, so they would just understand.
Like
But
that,
yeah, it
Joe.
wasn't.
Describing you, Taku, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing right now.
How old are you again?
I can be as old as you want me to be.
Oh, Jesse's got competition.
Yeah, just hey boy, you know watch out. Wow, okay, cool. And then like from that conversation, what happened?
Well, we just knew that I was moving to Sydney and he's definitely staying in Perth, so it wasn't really worth exploring anything
Right.
when like our lives were just going to be in completely separate cities. And I just, to be honest, I'm working through a lot of trauma right now.
Like from the show?
From the show, and even from like past relationships, just a lot of things. Like, even the good thing about going on the show was that I was much better at identifying my flaws in relationships. So
Okay.
I'm trying to work through that and also trust issues, as you know why.
Hey man, I respect that a lot, man. You know, because I think you know what a lot of people really do forget is, you know, a piece of you is kind of taken away by, you know, whoever that you see. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like, you know, it's an exchange of energy. And you know, remember when I was trying to tell you about the whole exchange of energy thing, like when you
Energy
see
is your
someone,
currency.
Yeah, energy is the currency. But like I feel like, especially like when it comes to, you know, trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we all have that. You understand? But for us, like wear that on our sleeves, like is very important. And I
think so
I think a
too.
lot of people, you know, like that knowledge nowadays because it's like, you know, if you don't love yourself like that, or like if you're still trying to navigate your way around loving yourself, it's very hard for someone else to come in that space. You
Yes.
understand? So, hey girl, I absolutely agree with that. Because
Yes.
it's only I think like this year, but that I was like, maybe I need to sort my shit out. That's the reason why my shit ain't really working. You know what I'm saying?
Everything's working.
No, but like it's like I think a lot of people like on the outside are like, oh man, like you know, like you got all this, you know, happening, and I'm like, yeah, why isn't it happening? You know what I'm saying? And then it's always been like, oh, nah, maybe it's because you know I'm not like this enough, or I'm not like that enough, or like this happened like in my past, then therefore this is why I'm not enough. And then, but instead of me thinking like that, I needed to work from inside out. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I agree.
You understand what I mean?
I think if you love yourself first, it's easier to love others because otherwise you're just trying to fill that void.
100%.
Yeah.
But
Most
for you,
definitely.
Janelle, obviously coming off you with your ex, having a rough breakup, whatever, and then with Adam, has it just turned you off men completely?
Well, luckily my breakup wasn't that bad, the one before MAFS. But the one with Adam definitely has turned me off. I definitely have trust issues. But what I did learn on the show was that I was too trusting. And that is something that I've kind of always known, that my friends tell me about when it comes to relationships and even friendships, that I give the benefit of the doubt too much, that I'm too forgiving, or I kind of brush things under the rug just to keep the peace.
Wow.
Whereas what I've learned after the show is that, you know, if you have a gut feeling, and I'm not a gut feeling person, I'm a brain person, I'm like, how does this actually make sense in my head? And so, yeah, it's taught me to trust my gut and don't be afraid to question things, really.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's what you say when people ask you, what have you learned from MAFS?
That's what I say, yeah.
Oh, because I've been asked that question heaps of times, and I
Yeah?
always say, I don't know. Still to this day, I
Really?
go, I don't know, I learned nothing.
Well, you've learned how to speak to parents now, sure.
Hey,
No, I
literally.
still don't know. I still don't know.
But I'm gonna go back on what you said, like about, you know, trusting yourself, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and like trusting your gut. You know, I was actually having a conversation with my grandmom, and I had the same conversation with my mom not too long ago. She started talking about intuition. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that's very, very interesting because she said that a lot of women forget that, you know, their intuition probably has to be their biggest asset. You know what I mean? I'm not a woman. I don't know that. So I was in class. You know what I mean? And she was like, it's almost like when, you know, well, because I have like a lot of female friends that I don't sleep with, just, you know, letting y'all know. But, you know, they've said this to me before where it's like, it's almost like when a guy fucks up, you forgive him, and you give him the benefit of the doubt, but then you find out something else that was crazy that you just dismissed, but your intuition was telling you that was right, but your mind is like, nah, it's okay. I think you're just overthinking it. And you always not trusting your intuition, I think, can be a little bit of a flaw because you set yourself up for like disappointment. You know what I'm saying? 80% of the time, I feel like you're going to be right. Your gut is your second brain. Actually, apparently it's your first brain. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that. And I think intuition isn't just a feeling. I think it's something that you've maybe unconsciously noticed.
Absolutely
but you haven't processed it yet.
Hey.
Like when you see someone's behaviors and you're like, oh, I don't know if this person's genuine. And you're like, but what is it about them? And if you actually dug a little deeper and questioned yourself, you could be like, oh, their body language was this, their choice of words here. Like, I think before I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's just who they are, and then continue walking. But now I'm like,
you need to think about all these things.
You need to check their phone.
now I need to check their fucking phone.
Whoa. Damn, is that what we're on, Jay?
Check the
You
DM
get a soft
before you
spot there, Al.
Is that what we're on now? Is that what you do?
So in the show, Adam had, I assume, been messaging Claire, and we got given a task specifically by the experts, which only like 2 or 3 couples got this task. You had to look through each other's phones, and you could set the levels of how far you wanted to go. You could say, oh, I'll just show you a message, or you can just say, oh, you can scroll through the app but don't open any messages or something. You can set the rules.
Yeah.
And I remember Adam just definitely not wanting to do it, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to push it. Because every time I do try to push something with him, he gets defensive and it becomes a big fight. And I was like, I'm just going to let this one go so we don't have a fight. We've been doing well. I'm just going to, forget it. And I didn't notice his body language, when we were doing it. And when I rewatched the show, I was like, damn, he looks really guilty. I should have pushed it. But
Do you think if he pushed it, he would have given it in?
Well, the thing is, it was kind of like a reverse psychology type moment because he was like, oh, I don't want to look at your phone, but you can look at mine.
Sorry.
And if I looked at his phone and he didn't look at mine, that would have bit me in the ass. Does that make sense? The way I saw it, the safest
Just
way
blame the
out
experts. Just go. The experts told us to do it.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. It was just, I had to kind of measure the risk. I had risk analysis going in my head. I was like, if I don't look at the phone, Adam won't get pissed at me. If I do look at the phone, Adam will get pissed at me. And it was just kind of like,
shit.
How do I make this marriage work? If I have to make this marriage work, I'm not going to look at the phone. That was just what was going through my mind.
If you found nudes in his phone, would you have broken up with him?
Whose nudes?
Claire's nudes.
100%. I am 100%.
Finished.
I have zero tolerance when it comes to loyalty. If they break it, I'm done.
Reality.
Listen, I'm going to take a bit of a turn here and talk about diversity. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the season that Al was on, Selena did mention that, her race, kind of stood in the way of her finding love. Do you feel like, diversity was a big, factor when it came to you participating on the show?
Yes and no. I did think it was an issue for a little bit because I think genetically speaking, Asians don't have big bums. And that was probably the one thing that Adam said was his type. So I knew I didn't tick that box straight away. The other thing was I am extremely proud of my culture. I'm extremely proud of where I come from. My family values everything, which I know got a little bit of flack, especially when it came to asking him about his career. And in Asian culture, that's a very normal question. But if someone doesn't accept me for me and my culture, that's their loss because my culture is amazing and you need to be invited to this circle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember when you guys first got casted.
Yeah.
I was reading the comments and everyone's like, "Where's the fucking diversity in these seasons?"
Wow.
And then you were there, and then you were the only one that's diverse.
And that's the thing, right? I think going into the experiment, I was like, I'm potentially gonna get hate for being blonde and being Asian. Is she trying to whitewash herself? Blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, I'm blonde because it makes my makeup stand out.
Come on now.
When I have dark hair, everything can kind of look a bit gothic on me. It wasn't my vibe. But I tried to make sure that at every opportunity I could to represent my culture, I did. So I wore a Buddha jade necklace throughout the entire experiment. I actually forgot to bring it here. So it's somewhere in Perth in my packing boxes. I'm really depressed about that. And, things like the chopsticks, my reunion dress was my mum's cheongsam, which is a traditional Chinese dress. I wanted to show that I was proud of my culture and hopefully influence others in Australia to be proud of it too.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I like that, man, because like even like with me, like when I was in Love Island, even though like it's, you know, many moons ago, I feel like that was something like that it bothered me on set a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to a point where even like I remember like there was a point where like the producers actually came to me and they were like, "Hey, do you actually like anybody? Like, you know, like do you want to, you know, like kind of put yourself out there a little more?" I was scared to tell her, "I don't think I'm their type because I'm black."
Did
You
you feel?
understand?
Did anyone make you feel that way though?
That's so sad.
The thing is, the worst thing about it is, nobody necessarily made me feel that way, but
It crossed your mind.
yeah, it always crossed my mind because like even in the real world, like it was like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like I always had to date within my culture. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that me and my boys always talk about because I'm like, are we just a fetish? You understand?
Yes.
Wow.
When I
Yeah,
did
I
my
never
MAFS
thought of
interview,
that.
I said I would prefer to date an Asian because I'm afraid of dating someone with an Asian fetish.
See right there?
So I totally get it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And like the whole time, bro, you know, like when I was loving, I was like, man, and now watch this. They're going to bring black girls because they think that things are not working out right now. And they're just going to bring black girls because that's going to kind of boost my confidence and just
Yeah.
feel like, oh, okay, fine. Now I can actually put myself out there. And they did that, but then the personality wasn't right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually an issue within itself because it's like, you know, everyone then thought that, oh, maybe like no one's like good enough for him. Like, you know, he's
Yeah.
on his high horse, whatever it is. But like the truth of the matter is like, I just wasn't vibing with anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I did try to put myself out there was somebody else that was a better option. So immediately, like in my mind, I'm like, I think it's because I'm black, maybe. I don't know. Or like maybe it's like, you know, they've never really dated like, you know, someone like from my culture sort of thing, you know what I mean? Because there's like a cultural barrier that always stands like in the dating
Oh,
world.
definitely.
You know?
I'm sorry you had to experience that.
Hey girl, like it's fine. It's cool.
I mean, look
But
at you now.
still ain't working out. But it's okay. We're healing, baby.
I actually went through a pretty similar experience when it came to saying yes or no to The Bachelor. And I used to watch The Bachelor a lot. And one of the reasons why I said no to them was because I know historically Asians don't get chosen. It's just as simple as that. And I just didn't want to sacrifice so many weeks and pausing work and not having social media to like go on The Bachelor and not be able to get a proper chance potentially because of my race.
Wow.
But I know I can, that's where I can understand where you're coming from.
And then you start like
Yeah.
kind of tossing up like in your mind, like it's like, are they just choosing me because cause like for me, like it was like, did I just get chosen because I'll be like the first black dude that, you know, is going to be on Love
Were
Island?
you the first black dude on
I was
Love
the first black
Island?
dude on Australian Love Island, yeah.
history.
Really?
Yeah, right.
What if they had an Asian guy as the Bachelor? Would you have entered?
I mean, if he's not a dick, then yeah, I'll go for it.
Right, hey,
Hey,
absolutely right.
that's what they need. That's what they need. An Asian
Yeah.
Bachelor.
Honestly, but I think because Asians are so conservative, I think it'd be hard to find one that's
Yeah.
willing to go on The Bachelor.
And what about your family? Are your family conservative? Like when you're going onto the show?
They
What was it
usually
like?
are. They usually are. But because I've been doing social media for such a long time, they're so used to me doing wild shit all the time. So
Right, I like that.
they're very,
So you
very
prepped
supportive.
them. You know what I'm
I
saying?
prepped them, exactly.
Reality.
There's a game that we also do play that's called That's Dicey. Right?
Okay.
So it's a little bit like Jumanji. So once you enter, you can't leave. Any question that we ask, you need to answer. So basically, the way that this game works is we give you some dice and you roll the dice, whatever number that it lands on. We ask you the question that correlates with the number.
Okay, should I
Yeah.
be scared?
Yes.
Yeah,
very
you should be scared.
Oh, the
Yes.
dice.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's be That's Dicey,
Roll
baby.
the dice.
Oh, man, she blew him.
4.
All right, number 4. When filming MAFS, did most of the cast party every weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't say most, but there was at least half that were pretty much out every
Who
weekend.
partied the most?
Oh, that's an easy one.
She's like me.
I was such a rule follower. You have no idea. Probably Cam.
Damn.
Yeah, but Cam's a load of fun. Like
Cam, really?
Cam is so much fun.
I wouldn't think that
I would have thought maybe like Harrison.
Yeah, me too.
Well, Harrison had his kid, I think, every few weekends, something like that. But Cam is so much fun. I remember one time. Oh my god, it might have been the night that Adam and Claire kissed, but Cam came back to the hotel rooms with a blood nose because he tried to do a backflip and smacked his head on the
I
floor.
love Cat. He's
Oh my
loose.
God.
And he was, and I
That's
was
our
like,
type of party.
dude, are you okay? And it's like cooking. It's like red, blood on his shirt, everything.
My poor boy.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
crazy.
And to that question too, did people ever bring other people to their hotel rooms?
No, we weren't allowed. It was very strict.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
no,
That's what's
no.
up.
That was like, I don't think anyone could get away with that. But did
anybody
other
ever
cast
tried?
members sneak into each other's rooms? Yes.
Yes.
That was actually, I think I was the first one to break the rules in the experiment too. Me and Adam had a fight in public, and then I was like crying the whole way home. I was like walking home crying. And right before I went into my room, I was like,
Fuck this
Tani
shit.
and Ollie's room's right there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to knock because I need to cry to someone.
Yeah.
So I knocked and went into Tani and Ollie's room, and it somehow got to production and I got in trouble. And that's why I didn't go out that famous night that Adam and Claire kissed, because I was scared to break the rules again.
No, baby.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh well. Next question.
Oh, roll the dice again.
Roll
Yes,
the
please.
dice.
All right. 10.
Ooh, spicy. When did you last speak to Adam?
The reunion.
How's that?
Reunion, wow.
How was it? He tried to apologise and it wasn't bad, but when it went off script, it just got the same level of defensiveness and it wasn't good. Nothing was resolved. I think we're just very different people. Yeah.
It's too late, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I want to speak to him now? No, definitely not.
Damn.
Are you expecting to cross paths because you're both from Sydney?
No, he's from Brisbane.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay, okay.
he's there
Yeah.
now. Fuck his ass.
I'm
Nah,
not
jokes
afraid.
aside.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
I'll call you that.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to cross paths with him at all. I don't think I have anything to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, next roll.
Next roll. Oh my God, how many are we doing?
Right, it's a few. Girl.
Couple,
Don't worry about
couple.
that.
So there's basically 12 questions and I have to roll each one.
Everything, yeah.
Which question do you want me to
It's
answer?
like, can you land on 3?
Yeah, can you land on 6?
Number 6. What's the wildest thing that happened during filming that the cameras didn't catch?
Ooh, good question now.
I wish it was the fight that me and Adam had in public. I wish it was that one.
The one you spoke about just then.
Yeah. The one that I just spoke about where I was crying and then went into Tani and Ollie's room because I couldn't believe that I was having a fight in public in a sushi restaurant. So it was kind of like a situation like this where you're all facing each other. So it's not like you can hide and fight in
Yeah.
a booth. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
open for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And I remember it was just simply me saying, you know, when the producers asked me a question, like, can you please let me finish talking? Like, can you please not interrupt me? And I said it in a really gentle way. And
Yeah.
I don't think he liked being told what to do. So it became like a big fight.
no.
So
God.
that I wish made air because at that time, I remember thinking me and Adam's relationship is not going to make sense because our fights are off camera. You know, no one's going to understand where our relationship's at.
Yeah.
And like, as a content creator myself, like I want authentic content.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't on camera, I was like, oh, it just doesn't feel like I'm giving them what they need.
But don't you get the diary cams?
I mean, I don't know about you, but it never, like, in the middle of a fight, I did not think to pull out a diary cam.
Meanwhile, Al, every time something happens, it's like, what? Can you say that again?
So apparently
Yeah.
what happened was, I didn't know about this until later on. Because we had the diary cam, we always got told to use them as much
Yes,
as possible.
all the time,
And if you're
yeah.
going to have a fight, like, get the diary cam out.
Yeah.
And there's one time me
Yeah.
and Sam were like about to like have this fight, and so I got the diary cam out, and I remember I came back from a dinner party, and she was fuming and pissed off with me about something, and I got the diary cam out and I set it up somewhere, I started recording, and then and then the next day I found out.
wasn't on.
It was actually on her diary cam, not mine.
No, bro.
So she has it.
She got the video and she saw it and goes, "What the fuck is this?"
So you didn't even tell her that you were...
No, I didn't tell her I recorded.
Bro! That's like the first rule with the diary cam. Just make sure they know you're filming.
Hey, bro. What the fuck? You told me this story, but I forgot it was hers.
Fuck, that's actually hilarious.
It's like, what is this?
Imagine you had settled the fight, you're all good, and then that comes up.
I was like, oh, well, back to square one. Shit.
All right, next roll.
All right, next roll. 5.
Oh. Which MAFS contestant do you think would have been the worst to live with? Maybe like the messiest.
Yeah, I want to know this one. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. Dan. Dan, yeah.
Why is
What's
that?
Definitely Dan. Don't trust the man.
God damn.
I just don't trust him. I think if I lived with him, I'd always feel like I was walking on eggshells. Like, at least with Harrison, you'll know what you're getting. At least, you know what I mean? Like, he... Yeah, and to be honest, Harrison's actually a pretty fun person.
Right. Unpopular opinion.
But yeah, it'd be Dan. I feel like he would do things... Oh, how do I say this nicely? I feel like he wouldn't be a... Oh, no. I just don't trust the man. That's all I'll say.
Wow. I feel like something
I'll
does
leave it
slip
at
out
that.
there.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh
We'll
my
let
God,
our
I just put
imaginations
foundation on
play.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. Next
All
roll.
right,
Next roll. So we are doing 12 questions.
Don't worry about
These
that.
are fun anyway.
Yeah?
All right. We already done 10, didn't we?
Yeah, we're done 10.
okay.
Roll it again.
5 we just did. I'm running out of numbers here. Just ask me a question. 8.
8. All right. If they did an all-stars version of MAFS, is there anyone from another season you'd like to be partnered with?
How do you do it?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Come on, I think hard
you
about
do
this.
I remember thinking this before I even went on MAFS. And to be honest, Al, you were one of them.
No, you're just saying that because I'm here. You're just saying that.
I'm actually not. I reckon we'd have so much fun. You know what I mean?
The TikToks would make me unbelievable. Would be doing TikTok dances.
No, honestly.
Wow.
Honestly. And I also feel like you'd let me put makeup on you.
Yeah, 100%. Hope's done that to me already.
Oh, yes. No, tell me about that. That's
Yeah, should we put makeup on me?
But who else would there be? I remember thinking, who was that guy who was on your season? He was the older one with Celine. Anthony?
Anthony's
Yeah.
a good guy.
Anthony.
Yeah, he's
like
cool.
Anthony ticks all the boxes for me
Yeah.
in terms of like maturity.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't really know who else. No, but I specifically remember you.
No way.
I'm actually not joking.
What about from your season? If
From
you,
my season. Oh,
if you
Duncan.
like
Duncan's dope.
really?
Yeah. Duncan's
Who
sick.
wouldn't choose
Hunky
Duncan?
Dunky. Yeah.
Duncan and
Hunky
Jesse,
Dunky.
obviously.
Yeah.
Damn. Duncan's the man, but
Yeah, he's
but
cool.
I'll kiss him if. Nah, you know what? I shouldn't say that, but there's some. But my boy's actually on my case at the moment. I've been saying some really interesting stuff. Anyway, let's roll the dice to get.
Yeah, you
He's
turn a little
giving up on
fruity.
females.
That's one of them said,
You've
but
exhausted all your options.
they all had like a meeting in like the kitchen. They're like, "Hey man, we gotta talk, bro. Is everything okay?"
Holy shit.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later. You're playing this
All
dice,
right,
not
next
me.
roll, next roll.
Okay, next roll.
Last question.
11.
Ooh, how does it make you feel when people accuse you of being on the show for exposure, aka clout chaser?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I mentally prepared myself before I went on the show that
Yeah?
I was going to get called that regardless
Serious?
because I'm an influencer. So I kind of expected it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think everyone gets accused for it, no matter. Yeah, like, so everyone. So it's not a personal attack on me at all. I mean, I think a lot of people go on the show for a different type of, like, multitude of reasons. One of them being love, obviously.
Yeah.
But a lot of people want experience. A lot of people want to do something fun, or they're just spontaneous in nature. And yeah, I think it's the easiest insult that anyone could give a MAFS contestant is, oh, you're only on there for clout. So
That's it.
That's
yeah,
so true.
it's not personal.
And you get your account back next week, right?
Yes.
And what are you expecting from that?
My plan is to just resume as per before MAFS and just post beauty stuff.
And
like that, girl.
when people message you, are you going to reply back to them?
Yeah, I usually reply. I reply on TikTok.
Oh.
So you're
Right.
saying that your DMs are open sesame? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
they will be open sesame.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
Damn,
cool.
she's taking applicants.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
Line up, Taku.
It's a long line out here, man. I'm going to be right at the back of this line. Yo, guys, listen, man. Janelle, thanks so much, man, for coming, man. This is dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you
been-
guys so
been
much.
really
This was a lot of
amazing.
fun, actually.
Hey, come on now. Hey, and yo, look, listen. Next week is going to be another big week as well, too. Thanks so much for listening, guys. It's been amazing so far, man.
Thanks for listening. Having amazing guests on like Janelle.
Come
I
on.
know.
And she's like
You're
flicking the hair.
welcome.
And let us know who else you want on. And you can email us at backtoreality@novapodcast.com.au.
That's us, baby. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.
Reality.